enjoy this. My birthday was Monday. Now I'm finally gonna go home and enjoy it with some Burger King. Here I come, baby! Burger King! Burger King! Yo! And talk to Bob Bear, cause he's my man. Don King, kiss my ass.
What's up, fight fans? Thank you once again for tuning in. Always appreciate it. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you've not subscribed before. Sorry, I just had a couple of M&Ms. I could eat the whole pack in one sitting, not lying to you. Alright, I'm talking about the big pack. I'm talking about a small pack that you get in the sweet shop for like 70p. I'm talking about that £2-3 pack. One sitting. Alright, by the way, I've just literally come back from Namibia. Where I was doing some boxing commentating on some very decent African fights. So it's almost made me think that I'm going to do an almost top 10, top 15 African boxers worldwide. So my top 10, top 15, almost to bring more awareness to African boxers. Do you think of some of the really good fighters out there, even the likes of Tete, world champion, Ndongo, world champion? Did Joshua qualify as an African? I'm not sure. Does Derek Chisora qualify? Don't know. Probably, right? If I am, they are. So I'm thinking about doing a video for that. Anyway, so rather than go to sleep, which I should be doing because I've not slept and it's been like an 18-hour run, like literally going all over the place. I want to film. I really want to film and talk about Adrien Broner because I think it's big news. And I feel like he's almost tried to cover it up, if you like. He's almost tried to smooth it over. You know, my loss to Mikey Garcia isn't a big problem. It's okay. We're good. I'm still a full-weight world champion. I will be world champion again. And see, the problem I have watching the Adrien Broner Mikey Garcia fight is this. Normally, when Adrien Broner puts on a bad performance, I have an excuse for him. You know, I'll say something like he was partying last week. He's not serious about making the weight. He hasn't been putting it all in the training camp. You know, there's almost been this reason as to why the performance, even in the wins, has still been lackluster. And I'm one of his biggest fans, and I'm also one of his biggest critics, because I think he just doesn't take the sport of boxing, which should be taken very seriously, because of the dangers of it. I don't think he takes it seriously. And so I've always been his biggest critic. And you know, you become a critic of someone when you realize that there's talent. And I'm not going to be a critic of a guy that's lost 25 fights. I just think, oh, well done. You're lacing up the gloves and you're doing the best you can do. When a guy has talent, you become critical. You become critical of them. So that's why I am with Adrien Broner. Ryan, I wouldn't say Ryan dislikes him, but Ryan just doesn't rate him as much as I did. This is a guy that, remember, let's not forget, guys. Let's not forget this. Let's be honest. 3-4 years ago, this was going to be the new Floyd Mayweather. When he was running through a few people at 135, everyone was looking at him like, wow. You know, he had that kind of flashy talk. He had almost that kind of shoulder roll style of Mayweather. His foot movement wasn't as good, but his hand speed was as comparable. I wouldn't say it was as fast, but you could compare it a bit. And you look at what he's done so far in his career. Every time he stepped up the big fights, he's lost. Maidana, Porter. Tried to get Porter down from 147 to 145. Couldn't do the rehydration to 154. Things like that. And now Garcia. But the Garcia loss is a big one for me. It's huge. Because like I said earlier in the video, there is no excuses. And I gave him possibly 2 rounds. I gave him the first round, which could have been an even round. And I gave him the final round because I think he knew he had to go for the knockout. So almost like he did against Porter, he started throwing punches, really started to let his hands go. But to no avail, Mikey Garcia just looked so much better. And I think the most embarrassing thing for Broner is that aside from a couple of early performances that Mikey Garcia's had against Latikanen and I can't remember the other name Mikey Garcia fought in his comeback fight, Mikey Garcia's been out the ring, Mikey Garcia's been out the ring for 3 years. He's lost to a guy that's not really been active at all. And that's a problem. That's a big problem if you're Adrien Broner. I said Adrien Broner is going to be the poster child for someone being gifted things, right? On my video, I also mentioned that Adrien Broner should change his middle names from the problem to the gift, because Adrien Broner seems to get a lot of gifts. I know he got paid $1 million plus for this fight. I don't know why. When you know someone like, and I get it, look, he ticket sells and he's a draw for TV. I understand all this thing, but sometimes it should be a case of what have you done for me lately? And he hasn't done much lately in terms of world caliber title fights at all, in fact. But he's still one of the highest paid boxers in the world right now. And he shouldn't be. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, door's just opening. Right. So he's still one of the highest paid boxers in the world right now, and he definitely shouldn't be. He's a 4-weight world champion, and you have to question how the hell Adrien Broner is a 4-weight world champion. And when you think of it, Mayweather's a 5-weight world champion. Adrien Broner is 1 weight away from equaling Mayweather. Adrien Broner is a 4-weight world champion, the same as Miguel Cotto. Look what Miguel Cotto had to do to run through those belts. It's ridiculous. I think what's more concerning about all this is Adrien Broner said 2 clear things after this. One, he's a 4-weight world champion, which I've just kind of alluded to. But the second one was he will be a world champion again. And this is a guy that's used to getting his way. He's used to getting these options. And he will be a world champion again. And the reason why he will be world champion again, because Terence Crawford's going to probably clean up all the belts against Ndongo. And I don't think Terence Crawford's going to fight Mikey Garcia, because I don't think there's much money in that fight. Terence Crawford's going to go straight to 147, and there's going to be a hell of a lot of vacant belts. There's going to be 5 or 6 vacant belts. And no doubt, Adrien Broner, if he stays at 140, he's going to fight for one of those belts. And that's the problem I have. This is a guy that doesn't know when he's lost, because he still receives things, still receives gifts. And he's definitely going to be gifted another title shot, 140. They're going to put him up against some bum first. He's going to beat that bum. He's going to say he's back. And then he's going to get a 140-pound title shot against, I don't know, the 140-pound division isn't super stacked. So he's probably going to walk through whoever he's going to walk through. Because a lot of the guys, Lucas Matisse, Lamont Peterson, have gone up. So it's a shame. But what do you guys think of Adrien Broner? Where do you think, when it's all said and done with Broner, what do you make of this talent? I mean, is there a talent? Was he just a lot bigger for the guys at 135, and now he's fighting guys his own size? We see a problem. He had a fantastic amateur record, but is it just a case of his activity out of the ring? It's just almost just taking its toll on him right now. The drinking, the bloating up in weight, the trying to cut the weight back down. Is it all just taking its toll? Or are we not giving enough credit to Mikey Garcia? Because Mikey Garcia looked fantastic. And you have to say, you wouldn't mind seeing a Mikey Garcia versus Ndongo or Crawford matchup December or January next year. He says he's comfortable to go to 147 as well. I don't like that. I don't like people jumping the weights like that. We saw something similar happen with Robert Guerrero, and he tried to jump the weights and the guys just got too big. Those guys at 147 are coming down from 160, 170, or if you're someone like Kell Brook, come down from 190. They're just too big on the night. I hope he stays at 140, maybe even 135. There is talks about a Vasyl Lomachenko fight at 135. He looks like he'd be too big for Lomachenko as well, but we'll see. But options are there for Garcia now. 135, 140, possibly 147. But well done to Robert Garcia as well. That's 2 of his students, if you like. Obviously, he's the brother trainer of Mikey Garcia, but his 2 students, if you like, that he's kind of beaten up Broner and done it very convincingly. You have to say Maidana done it convincingly, and now Mikey Garcia's done it convincingly. But guys, let me know what you think about the performance. Are you as disappointed as I am with Broner, or do you just have to give the plaudits to Mikey Garcia on a fantastic performance? And who does either fighter fight next? I think Broner looks like he wants to fight again. I don't think he's going to take much rest. Probably take 5 or 6 months out and then go again. What weight should Broner fight at? And what weight do you think is ideal for Garcia? Should he fight at, I don't know, 140, 135? And final thing, they gave him a belt. I don't want viewers at home to get confused by this. That was the diamond belt. All the belts are with Crawford and Ndongo. So they should just remove that stupid diamond belt and just raise his hand up and say, you're the winner. That's enough. But well done to Mikey Garcia on a fantastic performance. Again, I scored it 10 rounds to 2, which is ridiculous in such a big fight. But then again, I guess Vegas odds had Mikey Garcia quite comfortable as well. I think it was like a 5-1 favorite. Sorry, 1-5 favorite. So they obviously knew something. But let me know what you think. Peace.